Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new to my channel, you are welcome. So guys, in today's video we'll be discussing something on emotional quotient, which is otherwise known as emotional intelligence. There's absolutely difference between the EQ, which is emotional quotient, and IQ, intelligence quotient. So guys, make sure you stay tuned and we will be right back. Welcome back guys. So like I said earlier, that there is difference between the EQ, emotional quotient, and the IQ, intelligence quotient. So to start with, let me start with the EQ. What does EQ mean? Emotional quotient. We can also say that emotional intelligence. EQ is the ability for you to understand and interpret your own emotion as well as other people's emotion, whereas the IQ is the level of intelligence in a person. So you can see that there's difference between the EQ and the IQ. But in today's video, we are only discussing on the EQ. So emotion and moods influence the quantity and the quality of work that people do. When you're able to manage your emotion, it helps to relieve stress and to communicate effectively, and also it helps in sympathize with others, and it reduce conflict. And I will be discussing 5 competencies of emotional intelligence. The first one is self-awareness. Self-awareness is knowing your emotion, knowing what is my weakness, what is my strength, and how it can affect me and other people around me. So when you understand yourself, when you are able to know your weakness and your strength, you'll be able to manage them effectively in order not to affect you or other people in your workplace, among your friends, or with your partner. And secondly is self-regulation. Self-regulation is thinking before you act or speak, learning your trigger, and appropriately express yourself and not being judgmental of people. That is what we know as self-regulation. Maybe when you want to make a decision as a leader, or you wanted to talk to your colleagues as work, or your partner or your friend, you have to think, hope what I wanted to say is not going to affect them or affect me. Hope what the decision I wanted to make is not going to put them in trouble or put me also in trouble. By knowing what trigger your emotion, what trigger your emotion is saying that what can make you to change from being happy to sad. So by understanding that, and also not being judgmental of people, maybe people do something, you start judging them according to what they did. So self-regulation help you in doing all that, not being judgmental, learning your trigger, thinking before you act or speak to people. The third one is motivation. Motivation is working for a reason that is beyond material things. The reason why I'm working is not only because of money, but because I enjoy it. That is what we know as motivation under emotional intelligence or emotional quotient. So you work for living for a purpose, working because I enjoy what I am doing, not because of only money, but I enjoy what I am doing. I have passion and I have interest in what I am doing. So the fourth one is known as empathy. Empathy under emotional quotient is seeing things from other people's perspective, putting yourself in other people's shoes. Like for example, if someone as your co-worker or your teammates brought an idea to you, you have to see things from their own perspective too, not because you are good than them. So you see things from their perspective and you put yourself in their own shoe. Maybe they made mistake or they are passing through some tough thing, feeling what they can be feeling if you are in their shoe. So that is what we know as empathy. The last but not the least is the social skill. Social skill is effective at managing relationship that is beneficial to everyone involved. that is proficiency in managing relationship and building network. So the EQ, that is the emotional intelligence, is of two types. We have low EQ and high EQ. So how do you recognize people that have a low EQ? People with low EQ are unaware of other people's emotion. Like they don't get it if their spouse is angry with them or sad, or even people at their office. They also they also feel very annoyed that people expect them to know how they are feeling, that is about their emotion. So they get very annoyed about that. They argue a lot. People with low EQ argue a lot. They are insensitive in the sense that they don't understand the emotional temperature of a situation, and they are refusal to hear about any emotional outburst because they lack empathy. On the other hand, people with high EQ, they pay attention to their feelings. This helps them to be able to manage and control it. They have empathy. They are not afraid to talk about their feelings. They know how to express themselves appropriately, and they can correctly identify the root cause of their emotion. I'll be sharing some tips on how you can improve on your emotional intelligence. The first one is to listen. Listen to people when they are talking to you, so you'll be able to know how their emotion are getting it through their talking. So when you listen attentively, you'll be able to read their emotion by the way they are talking. Another one is empathize, putting yourself in another person's shoe. Try to imagine how you are going to feel if you are in that situation. So lastly is reflect, reason with emotion by asking questions within yourself. Why is this person feeling the way he's feeling? Is there any unseen circumstances that is making this person to be feeling that way? So the more you ask questions, you will see that it gets easier to understand the role that emotion play in how people react and behave. So guys, we have come to the end of today's video. Thanks for watching. I hope you gain one or two things from this video, and if you are not subscribed to my channel, kindly subscribe and don't forget to like my video. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.